Hi, how's it going everyone? My name is Hank and welcome back to the channel. Now, with inflation rate rising, food prices going up, interest rates going up, rents going up, everything is going up these days. Now, many people are really starting to feel the pinch. So when I saw this article on Stuff called 7 Ways to Make Some Extra Money, I wanted to see how feasible each of the options mentioned in it are. So I decided to try each one of them out. The first option is dog walking. Now personally, I have heard about this one and I did consider doing this at one point, just never got around to actually doing it. Now the article states that dog walkers charge $20 or more for picking up your dog for a 30-minute walk. Now if you are an experienced dog walker, you can walk multiple dogs at the same time, essentially doubling or tripling your earnings. Now, even though the article did not mention which website people use for the dog walking, a quick search on Google landed me on the site PawShake. Now, PawShake is a site where pet owners can look for dog sitters and or walkers. So I was like, how hard can walking a dog be? I mean, I love animals. I like dogs, I like cats. So I decided to try applying. However, the site says that, first of all, they keep a 19% commission that the walkers get, and they only accept 15% of the pet sitting applicants. Now, I would say 15% is probably being extremely generous, since I highly doubt the site would want to deal with massive amounts of people applying. When I actually went and tried to fill in the details for my profile, I had to add a profile picture, I had to add a catchy headline, a detailed description of your experience and what you offer, and at least 5 pictures of yourself with pets. I mean, this is more tricky than writing out an online dating profile. The second option is renting out a room. Now, the most popular way for people to rent out a room for the short-term period is probably through Airbnb. Now, personally, I have dabbled with Airbnb in the past by renting out the guest room in the house for the short term. Now for a single room, you might be able to get anywhere from $40 to $80 or $100 a night depending on the area that you are in. Now my personal opinion is that if you are still living on the same property as you're renting and don't have a sleep out to rent, Airbnb is much more effort than it's worth. It's not just you potentially having random people coming in and out of your home and you have to prepare extra keys for them. Now, if they stay for the short term, you have to wash everything, including the bed sheets, the liners, every time you have new guests. The whole thing is really more work than what it actually provides. Now, if you have a spare rental property to rent out for Airbnb, I think you're probably fairly okay when it comes to income if you have a spare rental place. Alternatively, you can have long-term boarders or flatmates. Now, if you charge under $194 per week for a boarder using the 2021 rates and have 4 or fewer boarders in the house, you don't have to pay tax on that. Now, if you decide to have flatmates, you do have to pay tax on that, but you can claim part of it as expenses. The third option mentioned is renting out your garage or parking space. Now, the site that the article mentioned is allspace.co.nz. Now, I had a quick look at the site. There aren't that many listings there really. People are renting out parking space, garage space, and the sort. Now you can earn a few $100s per month, but again, if you are able to have free space to rent out, I think you're probably okay when it comes to income. Next up, we have sell your old clothing. So I personally think this is quite a good option since we have so much stuff lying around that we're not using, especially clothing. Now, due to things getting more expensive, there's been an increase in people looking for second-hand clothing and items. Especially since it's winter, there's many people looking for winter clothing and jerseys and hoodies, etc. Now, TradeMe has seen an increase in demand in clothing on their site. Selling your old stuff also has the added benefit of cleaning out your closet. Now, the main downside is that it takes a bit of effort to do the listing and maybe organize the shipping. Now, time is the real limiting factor here. Facebook Marketplace is a good option as well if you don't want to deal with selling fees. The next option mentioned is offering online services. Now, if you have skills such as web design, graphic design, editing, writing, photography, and any sort of online translatable skills, sites such as Fiverr and Upwork could be a great option to sell your services online. Now, if you have good craft or painting ability, you can also sell your work on Etsy. I personally have friends that sell small paintings on Etsy for hundreds of dollars each month, so that is definitely a viable option. Now, if you are a little bit more entrepreneurial, you can even set up an online selling site on Shopify. But to be honest, I sometimes think that most Shopify sites are just importing low quality products at a low price and try to sell them at a higher cost to unsuspecting customers. Now, it's not a path that I have personally tried, but who knows? Try it out and it may work well for you. Number 6 is being an Uber or DoorDash delivery driver. Now, if you have a fairly fuel-efficient car and don't mind working some odd hours, you could be a driver for Uber, Uber Eats, or DoorDash. Again, I haven't done that personally, but I have heard that you could earn some good money, around $20 to $35 per hour, if you are willing to do some late night shifts or when there's high demand. An electric vehicle may bring down the cost of petrol. Now, you would still have to pay for your car registration and car insurance and all that, but it may be worthwhile for you. The last item mentioned in the article is selling plants or garden products. Now, I have heard of people making big profits by selling cuttings of popular plants because there seems to be a bit of a houseplant boom going on at the moment. Now, the variegated version of the monstera plants, which are the mutated version of the normally green monstera plants that has white patches on their leaves, have become a bit of an Instagram trend over the past few years. Now, they can sell for thousands to the right bidder online on TradeMe. So those are all the ways to make some more money mentioned in the article. Now, have you tried any of these out? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you next time.